Chapter 26 The Delectable Mountains. Then they came to the Delectable Mountains, which the Lord of the Hill owns. Here they saw fruit trees, vines, shrubs, woods, and streams, and drank and ate of the grapes. Now there were men at the tops of these hills who kept watch on their flocks, and as they stood by the highway, Christian and Hopeful leant on their staves to rest, while thus they spoke to the men. Who owns these delectable mountains, and whose are the sheep that feed on them? Men. These hills are Emmanuel's, and the sheep are his too, and he laid down his life for them. Christian. Is this the way to the celestial city? Men. You are in the right road. Christian. How far is it? Men. Too far for all but those that shall get there in good truth. Christian. Is the way safe? Men. Safe for those for whom it is to be safe, but the men of sin shall fall there. Christian. Is there a place of rest here for those that faint on the road? Men. The Lord of these hills gave us a charge to help those that came here, should they be known to us or not, so all the good things of the place are yours. I then saw in my dream that the men said, Whence come you, and by what means have you got so far? For but few of those that set out come here to show their face on these hills. So when Christian and Hopeful told their tale, the men cast a kind glance at them and said, With joy we greet you on the Delectable Mountains. Their names were Knowledge, Experience, Watchful, and Sincere, and they led Christian and Hopeful by the hand to their tents, and bade them eat of that which was there, and they soon went to their rest for the night. When the morn broke, the men woke up Christian and Hopeful, and took them to a spot whence they saw a bright view on all sides. Then they went with them to the top of a high hill, the name of which was Error. It was steep on the far-off side, and they bade them look down to the foot of it. So Christian and Hopeful cast their eyes down, and saw there some men who had lost their lives by a fall from the top, men who had been made to err, for they had put their trust in false guides. Have you not heard of them? Said the men. Christian. Yes, I have. Men. These are they, and to this day they have not been put in a tomb, but are left here to warn men to take good heed how they come too near the brink of this hill. Then I saw that they had led them to the top of Mount Caution, and bade them look far off. From that stile, said they, there goes a path to Doubting Castle, which is kept by Giant Despair, and the men whom you see there came as you do now, till they got up to that stile, and, as the right way was rough to walk in, they chose to go through a field, and there Giant Despair took them, and shut them up in Doubting Castle, where they were kept in a den for a while, till he at last sent them out quite blind, and there they are still. At this Christian gave a look at Hopeful, and they both burst out with sobs and tears, but yet said not a word. Then the four men took them up a high hill, the name of which was Clear, that they might see the gates of the celestial city, with the aid of a glass to look through, but their hands shook, so they could not see well. When Christian and Hopeful thought they would move on, one of the men gave them a note of the way, and the next, Experience by name, bade them take heed that they slept not on the enchanted ground, and the fourth bade them Godspeed. Now it was that I woke from my dream.